It's your brother, your friend, G. Another episode of Cut Different. I got in the studio tonight with me, this is my studio. I got my boy, B. Corleone. He's an up-and-coming artist. What's up, B?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, man? How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
That's good to hear, man.
So you got a new project.
Yes, sir.
How many projects have you had so far?
Trying to see. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, I have a lot of projects. I have group projects. You know, I'm also in a group as well.
What's the shout out your group?
Detox, like
Word?
with 3 X's. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Y'all on social media and all that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are.
Cool. So, what's the name of your new project?
All right. So, my new project is called Uzor.
Uzor?
Yeah.
Spell it.
Uzor.
Uzor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That sounds dope. What that mean?
And that's like my African name. Like my parents gave me that name. And it basically means like road. It's basically what it means, like a road and stuff like that. Like your road, and you know, I just tied into my music.
Your journey.
Yep.
Travel.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So your origin is African?
I mean, I wasn't born there.
Continent.
Yeah. But my parents were born there though. So
What part?
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
You sent me an email before.
Yeah. You probably have, man. Did a little scam or two in my life. You know? No.
Dig that. Nah, you're a good dude. So, with this new project, what does it mean?
All right. So let me go back a little bit. Right. So the beginning of this year, I had another project I was working on, called Who Cares.
Right.
And I named it that because you know we just live in a world where. You know, I guess everybody always try to show, like, you know, we live in a society now where it's all about flexing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's me. I kind of tie it in to kind of like, I guess, kind of make a mockery of it, saying like, oh, who cares or whatever. But then I'm talking about some serious stuff. You know what I mean? But still, you know, in this society, some stuff like that get like brushed under the rug. Right. So it's kind of like me just tying it in. I don't know if it was like satire or something, But anyway, in the midst of me working on that project, I was like, oh, I'm not quite done because I want it to be like a 3-part project, you know? I had a lot of stuff, a lot of material on there. So in the midway me working through it, I was like, I want to work on that a little bit more. I don't want to rush it.
Yeah.
So midway through, I was like, you know, let me work on another side project. So I started working on a side project. And it's crazy that I ended up taking some of the songs that I was supposed to go on Who Cares and start putting them on this project. And I came up with my own concept and stuff for it. That project was only going to be like 3 songs or so. But like I said, it's like my name. So I want to like put more value into it than just that.
Yeah,
and
more of you in it. Mm-hmm. More of you, yeah.
And I kind of want to just talk about like how my journey has been like this year alone. A lot of stuff has happened. So I just had to fit more stuff like into it or whatever. Stuff that couldn't go on the last project that I was working on, you know, so... Like I like to have concepts with everything I'm doing.
Cool. So this is 1, 2. This is 2 of 3. You gonna do another one, like to like bring closure to the project?
Kind of, yeah. Like I'm dropping that project.
Like a trilogy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, in a sense. And that one's probably gonna drop like at some point next year. I'm gonna get that one done.
Cool. So what's your process? What made you want to get into this industry?
All right, into rapping or like you know like posting my stuff like in general, just everything.
Like just rap, like what you do. You being an artist. Have you always been an artist?
No, not always.
No?
You know, like when I was younger, man, like I was never good at nothing. I couldn't draw. You know, I wasn't good at. I was artistically just. I don't know. I wasn't very artistic growing up. And, you know, I never really did much growing up. I wasn't outside and stuff like that. I used to stay on the video game and stuff like that. And even at that, I sucked. So I was never really good at
video games. You sucked too?
Yeah, I did.
That's hard.
I did. 007, man.
That.
Yeah,
you put it on easy and you seem like a champ, though. That's what I do.
But nah, so like, okay, so back in like middle school, I took like this English class, and I had this teacher named Miss Harper. I can never forget her because she's the one that helped me kind of get into this whole thing. But anyway, I had an assignment where I had to write a poem, and it was me just kind of writing what was going on around me at that time, like the area I lived at and everything. And it came out really good, and I presented it to the class and all that stuff, and she really liked it, and she told me, you should keep this up. Right. That was her exact words, like, keep it up, like, just keep it going. And it always kind of stuck with me. So from then, I started doing, like, poetry.
That's dope.
So I started out doing poetry.
So you did you perform poetry, or did you just write it?
I just wrote it. I just performed it that one time in the class, but, I was nervous, so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she just liked the way I put it together, I guess. So I guess that's just to say, like, I've always kind of been good at, like, writing words, like, vocally. I've never been that good at, like, speaking and stuff. I used to take speech classes, all kinds of stuff.
You're doing pretty damn good right now.
Appreciate it.
I can see the growth.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. But, yeah, like, it just kind of always stuck with me. So I told myself that, I'm going to just keep working on this. Now, midway through working through that, Nas was, like, one of my favorite rappers, like, growing up or whatever. I always just listened to Nas. And the reason I liked his style is because it was very, like, poetic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing.
You got a smooth delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that really, like, inspired me. And I was like, I really want to start, like, kind of turning this poetry into, like, raps in a sense. Kind of like the way he was doing. I want to, like, kind of combine the two worlds into, like, one. But when I started out, again, I sucked and I kind of strayed away from the poetry side and I started getting into rapping. But when I started getting into rapping, I was rapping about stuff all these other rappers was rapping about, killing and all this other stuff. Stuff that I had no business me talking about. I wasn't living that life.
They don't even.
Yeah. But it was me just kind of talking about that. I had no rhythm starting out, no type of cadence, flow, nothing. So when, so certain rappers, I think, like, they just come out or whatever and they naturally have, like, the it factor. I guess I had to kind of, like, work towards that. I was like a work in progress. And I guess I fall under the category of practice make perfect in a sense. Even though I'm not perfect, but still.
Now, what year did you pick up the microphone? Like, how long have you been doing that?
I've been rapping since, I want to say 12, maybe.
Since you were 12?
Yeah.
Wow.
Since 12, yeah.
That makes you a pioneer. I mean, that means you know what you're doing.
Kind of.
Yeah, I have some experience with you doing what you're doing. Yeah. We'll get to that later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, what do you feel like you contribute to hip hop? What's your contribution?
What's my contribution?
Yeah.
I guess it's me just kind of just being me in a sense. Like, I'm starting to put more of myself into my music and stuff. I guess realness in a sense. I mean, I know it's like very cliche, a lot of rap. Oh, I'm real, I'm the realest, I'm this, that, and the third. But
not lately.
Me, yeah, exactly. But like me, I try to put myself into my music. Like I take pride in being African now. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, I didn't take pride in that because I used to get bullied a lot for it. My last name, teachers, messing up my last name, butchering my last name, people making fun of me and stuff. So I never really took pride in it up until I got older. So I guess it's because of that, like me just kind of putting on for like just being African, just being an African male, I guess,
Yeah. We definitely gonna let the listeners. I'm gonna include some links.
Okay.
In the description of this podcast, so they can check your music out. So what's your contribution to the culture?
The culture?
That's really what I'm getting at. Like, how do you think your music can influence the culture? Because right now, you listen to music now, it's like a lot of self-hate. It's a lot of like disrespectfulness. Not just from the men to the women, but the women to themselves a lot of times, and also the men of themselves. Like they don't have. It's the absence of integrity, and good character, which made us all fall in love with rap and hip hop. Like that was my soundtrack when I was growing up. Like it was a rap song for everything that I had going on in my life.
Yeah.
If it was about food, I had Fat Boys. You know what I'm saying? I had them. If it was about police, I had NWA. You know what I mean? And Ice-T and Too Short. If I wanted to be a hustler, if I wanted to learn how to get it, you know what I mean? I had motivation in the music. And a lot of that is missing with our culture, with the rap culture now. Like it's all it's all boss. Everybody's a boss with no employees, but everybody's a boss.
Yeah.
Everybody's a gangster with no criminal experience whatsoever.
Yeah.
All these suburban kids out here trying to be something that they not.
Yep.
And that's kind of like it blows your mind when you think this is what we want to say to the world about our culture now. Like, this is it. Mm-hmm. So with your contribution and what you want to influence in people, because everybody got a message. Mm-hmm. So what's yours?
What's my message? It's kind of like me just kind of promoting like more like positivity, I guess, like in my music, you know. Now what I'm about to say is this is like, okay, you know, I'm not one of these people that's gonna go out there and be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna shoot them up, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? I don't talk about that in my music, but I do have a firearm. You know what I'm saying? But I don't promote that kind of, oh, I'm gonna go, you know, I'm gonna just shoot this, or I had this body, I have this body. You know,
right.
Like I don't go around promoting that. Like I try to promote like positivity in my music.
Just for self-defense.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what firearms are for.
Exactly.
It's for you to defend yourself, not to go out and rob and kill and nothing like that. Mm-hmm. And I understand it's another element, you know what I mean? And not to shun dudes that are out there on the streets because they out there for a reason. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Somebody missed some steps with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have experience on that side too. Mm. But, you know, but what I was listening to and what was influencing me was telling me we looking for a way out of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That doesn't have to be life. This is not life. Looking over your shoulders every day.
Yeah.
So it's great to hear that somebody wants to, you know what I mean, throw a little positivity in this world.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, I know,
you know what
man.
I mean? We got everything else. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's kind of like putting like the like my music is kind of like putting like the medicine and the candy. You know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't.
Like, you know, it's one of those situations where, you know, I have songs where I like to have fun and stuff, but I like to throw some gems in there, too. I don't like to just hop on a track and just rap all ignorant, you know? Like, I like to throw some stuff in there, too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, none of us is perfect, but, you know, I try to throw some gems in my music, you know? Even if it's a hype song, I like to throw a little bit of gems in there a little bit, you know? Yeah. Of like when I can, you know.
That ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna hurt nothing. Exactly. That'll give you something to vibe to, like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
Exactly.
All right. You want to freestyle? I'm just messing with you. Unless you want to. So, with this, when is this album going to be released?
This project is coming out on December 18th.
Word, that's soon.
Yeah.
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
You're going to hit them with some Christmas stuff.
Exactly.
You got a Christmas song on there?
Oh, no. I should have, though. I should have on it. Oh, no. Maybe
that would have been dope, though.
That would have been dope.
That would have been dope. To give them another perspective. Maybe some Kwanzaa or something like that. Yeah,
Hanukkah?
Yeah.
I don't know, something.
You going to hit them with the Jewish stuff, too?
No. I know something wrong.
That's dope. So, going forward, like, how do you see... Like, is this what you really want to do, like, with your life? Like, you want to throw yourself into this completely?
All right, so...
I've seen you perform on videos. I've heard your music for a while now. Mm-hmm. And you getting busy. You getting busy, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. But, with me, okay, when I was younger, I always wanted to be, like, the biggest thing out. You know what I mean? I was very, like... Always wanted, like, the fame, in a sense. But as I get older, I started to look at a lot of things, and, you know, and I'm like, okay, let's take rappers like Jay-Z and Eminem, right? These guys can never go out in public by themselves. They can't go out and shop. They can't go out and do regular people stuff. You know what I mean? But then I look at some of the, like, underground artists, like, I look up to, like, let's take someone like a Big Crit, right? Big Crit is, like, one of my favorite rappers as well. Or someone like Toby and Igwe, you know, like he's another one too. You know, with me, I want my music to go out, but I don't want to be like super duper famous to that point. You know what I mean? Because a lot of stuff, I'm trying to explain. Like, there's a lot of like, I don't want to say sacrifices, but there's a lot of things you got to kind of pay for to get to that position.
Yeah,
You know,
you gotta
there's a lot of exchange. There's a lot of things you got to sacrifice.
Sacrifice a lot of privacy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be out there. You got videos. You're gonna be doing shows.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be marketing the music. So people gonna start recognizing you. There is, and I'm with you on that. I think there's a certain amount of people in the industry, like in the entertainment industry as a whole, that chase celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got people like, you know, Tom Hanks and I believe this about Denzel. Like a lot of them people, they just be out, and people don't say nothing to them because you know to them you just look like another guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Unless somebody's like screaming like, oh, that's Denzel. You know, oh, that's B. Corleone. So, you know, I got to rush him. I got to get an autograph and stuff like that. A lot of times you don't even know you're in the room with a celebrity unless somebody announces it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you looking face to face with a person, that's just a person.
Yeah.
You're not scaling them to see, oh, if that's Beyonce or not. That's just a cute girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ain't thinking that's really them in Publix with you right now, or Ingles at Best Buy buying a TV like normal people do. So how do you feel about celebrity?
It's one of those situations like, you know, we just live in a society now where it's all about like clout. It's all about, you know what I mean? I'm going to do whatever I can to get the attention. You know, I'm not one of those kind of people. You know what I mean? I don't really gravitate toward that anymore. Like I said, at one point I wanted to do that. Like there was a point in time where me and my best friend I'm in a group with, me and him wanted to start making diss tracks on the most famous rappers. Yeah.
Word.
Just to get out there.
The 50 Cent approach?
Yeah, just to get out there. Just to get out there, bro. I was like, man, like
50,
Exactly, but and all of that, but not everybody can do that and it's gonna have the same outcome. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, especially like with the times changing and everything. So it was one of them situations where it's just, you know, the older I got, I just started to realize I kind of strayed further from that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really necessarily care about being famous. Now, do I want a fan base? Yeah, I want a fan base. You know what I mean? If I could have like a cult following, that's all I want. You know what I mean? Just a cult following, people that listen to my music when I come out and try to perform, people that's going to be there and stuff. But I don't want to be, you know, international, like superstar. I don't want that, you know.
I felt like that about Cypress Hill growing up. Like we knew they were rappers,
yeah.
But I swear I could have walked right past them dudes. I kind of knew who Be Legit was, but like I didn't know who they were. I just knew they made a lot of music about smoking weed and a lot of stuff. They made a lot of profound music that got overlooked. But I couldn't have picked them out. Or like Wu-Tang. Like, who could pick out all the members of Wu-Tang?
Yeah, that's a lot of members, man.
So it's, So it's like, I get it. It can be done.
Mm-hmm.
It can be done, and that's good. That's refreshing, like, for your fans that you trying to pour into them. Mm-hmm. You're not trying to make them chase you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's dope. Because a lot of guys, like, when I was growing up, they weren't trying to be celebrities like that. They were just trying to put their message out there and ride that beat and get somebody to thinking and vibing, and that was it. It's like now, as soon as these guys come out, they got Bentleys.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Whatever gains attention is what they be trying to do, and it's like, you talking about a lifestyle most of your fans don't even live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For real.
I'm not eating at expensive restaurants and driving Bentleys and taking private jets everywhere I go. You know what I mean? How you feel about those 360 deals? Are you signed right now, or are you unsigned? Or are you independent?
Oh, I'm unsigned, but I kind of have my experience with that though. So let me kind of talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
So I had two instances where, so this happened back when me and my best friend was making music and stuff. And I guess we were starting to make like a little bit of a buzz, you know, like I guess kind of locally. So we had like some people start to like reach out to us and stuff. And it was one company. I don't know if I say their name. I ain't gonna say their name, but
don't do it because I don't edit.
All right, cool. But anyway, we had this one guy that tried to want to sign us and stuff. We're young, we don't know about any of this stuff. But at this time, I want to say probably like we're 18, 19 years old, straight out of high school. You know, so we don't really know, you know, what we're doing. All we know is like we're trying to be famous at that time. We're trying to, you know, get the women, have the shows, get the money. That's all we're thinking about. So as soon as this guy come to us with this contract or whatever, luckily my best friend, his cousin, he has someone in his corner that it was like, hey, let me look at this. I guess his cousin deals with that kind of stuff. I guess he was like trying to be a lawyer or something like that. Some along those lines.
Checking out your contract for you.
Yeah. So he checked it out or whatever. And while we were waiting, you know, the guy he still wanted to get the ball rolling. Even though we didn't sign anything yet, he still wanted to kind of get the ball rolling. I guess he assumed we were just going to sign it or whatever. So, you know, as we start doing it more and more, we just realized, we started looking at his website and stuff, and we're like, you know, some kind of don't seem right. Something's a little bit off. But he had stuff scheduled for us, photo shoots, video shoots, all that stuff, right? So, meanwhile, while his cousin's looking over all this stuff, eventually we get word back, hey, don't sign this. This is a bad deal. Like, you know, basically like...
How bad was it?
Like, if we would have did anything or whatever, we would have been penalized for like $50,000, basically. Yeah.
If you would have did anything like what?
Like, I guess not like obliging, I guess, to the contract or whatever. Like
breaching the contract?
Yeah, we would have been like screwed out of it. And then I think it was like, what, 10 cents per album or something like that.
10 cents? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's some low points.
Yeah, so like...
Nothing. So pretty much he owned, and he was going to own y'all music too. Mm-hmm. No publishing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
There's some snakes out there. I had some experience when I was trying to do poetry and singing when I was in high school.
Oh, word?
And I had a manager that, me and my homeboy, we had a manager. And I had like this thick, one of those real thick old school composition notebooks. Mm-hmm. And I wrote, the whole thing was full. And I had like all kinds of songs and poems in there. This dude, I don't know what happened. It was like we kind of stood up to him once, and he disappeared with my composition book. I let him hold it to look over some stuff. See, he said he was going to try to piece songs together out of it.
Oh, my God.
And, yeah, he took it, and I never seen him again. And to make it so bad, he was a teacher at the school.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, we had not a leg to stand on with it. All he said until the end of the year was, I'm going to bring it. Next year, he never came back to the school.
Oh.
And he didn't answer no more phone calls. So it might be some of my stuff out there.
Oh, snap. And you talking about one of the black and white composition books?
Yeah,
one of the thick joints?
Yeah,
oh,
thick
man.
ones. Back in the day, we had thick ones.
From front to back? It was like...
Back, it was full.
Oh,
so
man.
I understand that. I understand that. But that's
stuff,
dope.
Man.
Do you work with other artists?
Oh yeah, I do. Like I'm trying to do that more now than I ever did before. You know, because I ain't gonna lie, with my last couple projects, I kind of been a lone ranger in a sense. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm in a group and stuff, like we both have a lot of like separate. Like me and him is both. Our schedule's very like conflicting, so it's hard for me and him to make music together. But while working on that,
what's his name? You mentioned him a lot. What's his name?
Jacob Landon.
Jacob Landon. You gonna just throw his whole government out there?
No, that's not his government. That's his artist name.
That's his artist name?
Yeah.
Jacob Landon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It is kind of based on his name, though, kind of, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But yeah, like...
And he's a rapper, too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, me and him been rapping just around, like, the same amount of time. Yeah, same amount of time. But, while me and him was kind of, like, on a hiatus from our group situation, I was like, you know, I can't hold this back, the urge to want to work on music. Like, when it's with you, you know?
Yeah, when that art want to come out, it's coming.
Yeah, and there was a point in time I wasn't making music. Like, I stopped making music at one point, I think for, like 1 or 2 years. Like, my stuff was gathering dust, everything. I was not making no music. Like, it was at a certain point, people had to remind me, hey, when are you going to drop that new project? I'm like, new project? You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to remind me, okay, you're an artist. So
what made you want to take that break?
I guess it's just real life stuff. It started intervening. You know, the older you get, your responsibilities become, more and more. And at that time, it's kind of like, I don't want to say like I lost like love for it, but just all the other things in my life was like overshadowing that, and it's becoming like smaller and smaller as time went on. So I was like, you know, I have other stuff I got to take care of. You know, I need to get to this money. I need to get to this. You know, I got stuff to figure out. You know.
Yeah.
And that's what made me kind of take like that break.
What
but like
made
I said,
you come back?
Huh?
What made you come back to it?
I guess just listening to like new artists and like I was starting to get inspired again. You know what I mean? I started getting inspired and I'm like, you know, I would hear something. I'm like, oh my God, you know when you had that stink face going on?
Yeah.
And it's like I was getting inspired and I was like, man, I need to get back to
like
start doing it.
Let me get on that beat.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Should have been me on this song, man. I think I'm gonna jack that beat right quick. But probably gonna get sued. But you know, you know. Yeah, that's what made me want to get back into it.
So with you being an artist, so do you just rap? You rap? You write? Do you produce beats? You do beats too?
I recently got into like doing beats and it's crazy because I've been procrastinating that for like years. I remember I made a beat like years ago. It's trash. You know, it's trash. I didn't, you know, had no type of like structure or whatever. But you know, you got to start from somewhere. So,
yeah, you got to keep going.
Yeah. So like, when I started doing it or whatever, like more and more, like recently, what made me get into it is because I'm actually in school for that kind of stuff, like music production. Because you know, I went to college before and I was doing web design. And, you know, it wasn't, I don't know, I kind of fell out of love with it. But music has always been there. So I was like, you know, if I'm going to go back to school again, I'm going to try to study my craft. And doing that, I learned so much other stuff. I mean, I'm kind of going off on a tangent now, but.
I see. So with this project, what can we expect? What features you have on this project?
Well, first and foremost, I have you on it. You know, cut different. You know what I mean? Y'all look out for that. You know, for that song coming out. You know what I mean? So. You know, you're going to be on this project. I also have my homie CJ on there. I have my other homie Squid the Kraken. He's going to be on there. Or Squid the Kraken. I don't know how you say it. I don't know how you say it.
Better get it right, homie.
Yeah, I know.
Get it right.
I know. But I have him on there.
Don't plug him and don't do it right.
Let me see who else I got. And I think I have. And I think the last feature I have on there is probably like my girl. My girl's on there too. Yeah, she's singing on it. Okay. Yeah. So cool. I think that's all the features I have on there. Yeah, that's all the features. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. So what do we expect from it? Like this gonna be good energy? Like, go ahead and I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell them what they're gonna get. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them what they're gonna get.
Like, this project is kind of like a time lapse, and as you listen to it, you're gonna kind of like tell. Like, it's me kind of talking about like a section of my life that happened this year. Like I said, with my next project I'm dropping, it's gonna be more full. I'm gonna get more into detail into like a lot more stuff. But this one, I was kind of talking about like a section of my life, and it got to a point, like I said, I was recording so much stuff. And I was like, you know, I just don't want to put anything on here. You know, I just want to kind of just talk about like a part of my life that happened and just make a project out of it.
So do you have anything reflecting like 2020? Like,
yeah,
like it's been a rough year.
Yeah, it has.
So
it has.
how has COVID affected your music this year?
It affected my music because it made me like a lot more like I want to say a lot more focused in terms of, you know, with quarantine and all that stuff happening. Being on lockdown and everything, I just had to kind of zone in. It made me more focused. It made me more like structured. Not saying I didn't have that before, but here it was more like intensified. I was like, because even when I put out the release date for this project, I wasn't even done with it yet. You know what I mean? I wasn't done with it yet.
So you were challenging yourself.
Yeah.
To get finished.
I was like, okay, I got to get this done. Yeah,
okay.
I have to like kind of challenge myself, give myself a time or whatever, and this how many songs I have to get done. All right, cool, start getting to work on it. So it kind of like forced me to do that, and it put me into that state of mind. Like, okay, I'm in my room. In this, all I have is these four walls. Put this beat on, and just start writing.
So how many tracks on this album?
It's gonna be 10 songs.
10 songs?
Yeah,
that's a full on right there.
yeah.
Coming with some heat.
I mean, I want to say like it's up to the people to decide, man. It's up to the people to decide.
You better talk your talk. Talk your talk. If they gonna get it or not.
They're gonna get it.
We're gonna get something.
Yeah, y'all gonna get something. Y'all gonna like something on this project. It's not. You're not gonna hate. That's one thing about this project. Like I feel like I have something for everybody on there. But it's me being to myself though, like me staying in between what I want to do. You know what I mean? I feel like I have stuff that, you know, the younger generation is gonna like, stuff for the old heads, people for that's in like my generation. You know what I mean? I have everything, something for everybody. You're gonna like something on this project, if not a couple things on here. So
cool.
You know, yeah.
So where can they find your music at?
My music is on all streaming platforms.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them. Like cool. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Google Play, if they even still exist. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can even Shazam my music too.
Shazam,
so, yeah.
YouTube and all of that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay. So
yes,
how can they follow you on, like, you got social media?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I do.
Go ahead and plug that.
All right, so my music page is B. Corleone the Boss on Instagram. So it's BCORLEONEBOSS. And that's how you're going to find me on Instagram. That's how you're going to find me on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, cool, man.
And then if you're looking for my name on like streaming platforms, it's B space CORLEONE.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to write that.
Yeah, for real. For real.
So they can keep up with it.
Uh-huh.
Well, Mr. B. Corleone, December the 18th.
Yes, sir.
That heat drop.
Yep.
That heat drop.
That heat dropping, man.
The heat drop in the cold.
Exactly. Yeah, y'all gotta look out for his verse. You know what I mean? Your verse is about to be, you know.
Nah,
y'all
you know I did
there,
this. Dude, you had me rapping. I don't rap.
I know, y'all. I had to like force him to be a rapper on here, you know.
I was a rapper for a day.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I had a lot of fun doing that with you. It made me think. It got my juices flowing.
Yeah.
So that was cool, man. I appreciate you. Let me bless your track. I'm trying to talk like a rapper. I need to put my hood on to tell these people. I'm out here in these streets cold because I ain't got no jacket.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Get that blanket right quick, man. But
it's all about you, man. This your project. I'm proud of you, man.
Appreciate it.
Proud of you.
I
appreciate you letting me be on it, and we can't wait to hear it. We can't wait to hear all this 10 solid tracks from B. Corleone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A.K.A. The Star.
Places, AKA, man. You know, Benny Hanna getting commas, you know, AKA the nappy-headed African, AKA Ben Bello. You know, the name keep going, man. I have like a million monikers, man.
AKAs.
Yeah.
You should have dropped them.
Short Bus Benny is a lot, man.
Short Bus Benny?
Yeah.
You might want to get rid of that one.
I might need to, man. But nah, man, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. I appreciate you being on the project and doing your thing on it, because I just got to tell y'all right quick, you know, the reason why I put you on this song is because, you know.
What song? Like
the Humble Flex song is because, you know, in a lot of ways, like, I look up to you as well. Like, you're like, I look up to you like an OG, you know what I mean? Like, I've been coming to you for years, you know, and stuff, and I've been knowing you for like a decent minute now, you know. Even since a teenager, I don't know if you even remember me back then. I do. Even since a kid, when you was back at the other spot.
Yeah, I didn't even know you was a rapper.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know you was a rapper, but hey, man, whatever I can contribute to this world, that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. You go ahead and plug you one more time, Mr. B. Corleone. Check him out. Check out, what's the name of your album?
It's called Uzor.
Uzor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say that. Say it with your chest.
Yes, sir. Uzor. Let's get it. You know, December 18th, y'all. You know, let's get it. B. Corleone.
Hey. And this is another episode of Cut Different. We on all platforms, all streaming platforms. We on social media. # Cut Different. Like, share, comment.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the love, y'all. We out.
Peace.
I'm going to put your stuff in the comments.
All right.
They listening to us right now. I'm just letting them know. We gonna make sure they hear your music. But all right, y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere, and I do mean anywhere in the world. Y'all could have been doing anything. I appreciate y'all listening to me. I appreciate y'all listening to us. # Cut Different. Be different.